Hello. Workout 2. So, let me open it up. We're going to start off with a warm-up. So the warm-up is 2 rounds and you've got a minute of crawling. Once you've done your minute of crawling, you're going to go into 20 mountain climbers. So 20 mountain climbers, you're in that plank position. And then you bring your knee to your elbow. Nice and controlled, squeezing that core. As you can see, I'm keeping my bum down. My core is squeezed and it's nice and controlled. I don't want these running ones. I want nice, controlled, slow movement so it really works your core. You're then going to go into 20 shoulder taps. So staying in that plank position, you're going to tap shoulders 20 times. Now try keeping your core as tight as you can and keeping that wiggle as minimum as you can. And then the last one is 5-inch worms. So an inchworm is basically when you walk out into a plank and then walk back in. I just want, you can obviously walk, kind of bring your feet in and then walk off, but for these workouts I just want you to sort of walk out and then walk back in. So standing nice and tall, keeping your legs as straight as you can. So the idea of this movement is you warm up your hamstring. You're going to come to the floor, keeping them as straight as you can. You walk out into a plank. And you walk back in. Stand up. And you're going to do it 4 more times. So you're going to do that warm up 2 rounds. And then we're going to go into the workout. So this is, there's 2 parts, there's 2 little circuits. Circuit 1, and the rep range for both of these are the same. So this is workout 2 and it's obviously a conditioning workout for the week. So the first one is a sumo deadlift and burpee, fun. So it's a rep range of, you do both movements for 18 reps, then you do 15, then you do 12, then you do 9, and then you do 6. And then you have a couple of minutes rest and you go on to circuit 2. So we're going to start off with a kettlebell sumo just a kettlebell sumo deadlift. On this, you can go heavier on this movement. Actually, I would say go heavier, making sure your form is, actually go heavier if you've got good form, and when you do it, your lower back is okay. So go for your heaviest kettlebell. If you don't have a very heavy kettlebell, but you've got 2 kind of good weights, dumbbell weights, that make it heavier, go for that. So I'll show you with the kettlebell. So it's like a normal deadlift, but you're just going to have your feet wider. And then you're going to basically bring that kettlebell all the way down to the floor, keeping your back nice and straight, pushing that bum back. Give you a side view. So my feet are wider than, usually for deadlifts we have them sort of under your hip width apart. But for this one it's sumo, so we're going wide as you feel comfortable. And a side view, you push your hip bum back, that back stays straight, and you go as low as you can. And if you can tap your kettlebell on the floor, keep in good form, then go for it. So you're going to do 18 repetitions of a sumo deadlift, and then you're going to go into 18 burpees. Hang on. So if you want to use dumbbells, it's the same. You just have a dumbbell, or you can hold 1 heavy dumbbell, and you do the same. You would take those dumbbells as low as you can. Obviously with dumbbells you won't be able to touch the floor, so go sort of up to your shin and then back up. So do 18, and then you're going to do 18 burpees. So a burpee is when you take your chest all the way down to the floor, up to your feet and jump. If you find these quite challenging, then I want you to take it down to a sprawl. So a sprawl is basically a burpee without chest to floor or a jump at the top. So you're basically going to come down, jump back into this plank, jump up, stand up. And if you find the jump quite challenging, then I want you to take it down to step. So you come down, step back, step up, step down, step up. Just change your legs around in terms of which leg you're stepping back on and stepping down up with. So you're going to do those two movements for 18 reps, then down to 15, then 12, 9, 6. Minimum rest, so just move through all those repetitions. Hopefully it'll get you nice and hot and warm and sweaty. And then have a minute rest, and you're going to go into kettlebell and core fun. So it's the same repetitions, but this time the two movements are different. So the first movement is kettlebell swings. So again, challenge yourself. If you feel comfortable and if you've been sort of doing this program for a while already, I want you to up the weight on your kettlebell so it feels hard. And you do push yourself as long as your body feels okay. So you're going to come down, scoop that bell and swing. So when you come to start a swing, your feet are slightly apart, or kind of that squat width apart. You push, it's a hinge, so you push your bum back like you're doing a deadlift, and those knees, slight bend, but not too much of a bend. You pick up your kettlebell, you scoop it in between your legs, and then you do the first rep. What I don't want to see is you picking it up, and then you try to scoop it and do the swing. That only causes sort of a lot more load in your lower back, and sort of can potentially, cause injury. So we have to be very mindful. Start with your kettlebell slightly in front of your feet, scoop, and then swing. When you do that first swing, you use your butt, squeeze it, and it will help get the kettlebell up. So this movement is a glutes and a sort of hip movement. Your arms are just there to hold the bell. Everything comes from your bum, okay? So you're going to do 18 kettlebell swings, and then you go into 18 mountain climbers. So just like we did on the warm-up, nice, controlled and slow. So your shoulders are directly above your hands. They're not ahead like this, because then your knees would never reach your elbows. So hands, wrist, shoulders are directly one underneath one another, and you're going to bring that knee to your elbow. Okay, for those of you who find that challenging or have had kids recently, well, not recently, but you're postpartum, and that is a struggle, then I want you to take it down to a bird dog. So a bird dog is when you're on your hands and knees. I want you to take our opposite hand to opposite knee, bring it back in, tap that leg back out. So really try, if you see me, really try to keep everything in line. So don't have your leg up too high, don't have it too low. Do the best as you can, sort of sense that you're one long straight line. So if you're doing the bird dog, then do half the reps on one side and then do the other half reps on the other side. I should say on the mountain climbers, one rep is left and right equals 1 rep. So not 1, 2, you do left and right is 1, and you do 18 and then 15 and then 12, 9 and 6. So I've done this one before, I've done this one myself, and I think it took me about 14 minutes to do both of them together. So you should be well within that time limit, but no pressure if you're not. Obviously move with good form and at your own pace. And then if you do have time, I've put in a little core workout at the end, just 5 rounds of 30 seconds on and 30 seconds off. Or if you're feeling like 30 seconds is really easy, then up it to 45 seconds on and 15 seconds rest. Basically 4 arm planks. So you're going to do a plank on your elbows. So come down onto your elbows. Again, shoulders are sort of directly under your elbows. Squeeze that core. And you're going to hold a nice straight plank for 30 seconds. If I show you on the side. There you go. So you hold it for 30 seconds, rest for 30 seconds, and you repeat for 5 rounds. And that's workout 2.